Good evening and welcome to this edition of Election Radar. I'm Sanket Upadhyay, and after crisscrossing the entire length and breadth of this massive state, we have now finally reached the state capital Lucknow, where, yes, presumably so, this building in the background is choosing its occupants. Now, even before we could discuss anything else, because the counting is supposed to take place on the 10th, a sensational claim has been made by the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav and his alliance partner Om Prakash Rajbhar of the SBSP. They say that there is vote chori happening in Uttar Pradesh, that there is vote theft, EVM theft that is taking place in the Prime Minister's own Lok Sabha constituency of Varanasi. They claim that a video is proof that EVMs were being shifted without police escorts and without police presence, perhaps in an attempt to manipulate votes and replace them with votes that would then be posted in favor of the BJP. The Samajwadi Party chief also alleges that there are cars in which ballot papers have been found. Hammers have been found to break open many of these ballot boxes and EVM machines. These are, we might want to add, claims by the Samajwadi Party by way of pictures that have been released. The district magistrate of Varanasi has claimed that these were unused EVMs. These were EVMs that were actually for training purposes. They were not polled EVMs. To which Akhilesh Yadav in his press conference a few moments ago says that the rule book has made it very clear that whether an EVM machine is used for either polling or perhaps used for training purposes, they have to be accompanied by the police, by security, and more importantly, any such movement that has to be made of any EVM, the local candidate has to be informed, and it cannot be done just like that. It's a sensational claim. The Bharatiya Janata Party will perhaps, in anticipation that a claim like this will be made, has been saying since the afternoon that soon they will rake up the EVM theory after seeing the exit poll results. But the point is, the claim is very, very serious. The charge is very serious. Can it be left to just a political blame game? Or should there be a thorough investigation as to what were these EVM machines doing, even if they were for training purposes? What were they doing outside, allegedly without any security personnel? Let's listen into what Akhilesh Yadav had to say in his press conference.
गाड़ियां क्यों भागी? अगर कोई चोरी नहीं थी, प्रशासन ने, सिक्योरिटी ने इतना इंतजाम क्यों नहीं किया? इतनी फोर्स है अभी इलेक्शन की फोर्स गई नहीं है यूपी से, तो आखिरकार अधिकारी क्यों नहीं कर रहे थे? क्या वजह है कि बिना सिक्योरिटी, बिना इतने इंतजाम के ईवीएम जा रही हैं? इसीलिए अगर हमने वोट दिया है तो मैं अपने नौजवानों से, किसानों से और आम लोगों को कहूंगा कि उतनी हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि वोट को हम बचाएं। अगर वोट नहीं गिना जाएगा तो लोकतंत्र कहां जाएगा? और ये लोकतंत्र की आखिरी लड़ाई है। मैंने कई बार कहा कि उत्तर प्रदेश का चुनाव लोकतंत्र की आखिरी लड़ाई है। इसके बाद तो जनता को क्रांति करनी पड़ेगी, तभी बदलाव आएगा। अब ईवीएम्स पकड़ी गई हैं, बहाना कोई ना कोई अधिकारी बताएंगे कि हम ईवीएम्स इसलिए ले जा रहे थे। आखिरकार फोर्स के साथ क्यों नहीं ईवीएम जा रही थी?
So the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav saying that this is the last fight to save democracy, and after that only a revolution can save democracy. But keeping that aside, should this sensational charge at least be investigated and not just be left to a comment by the district magistrate saying that these EVMs were not used for polling? Let me introduce our guest, Shant Prakash Jatab, leader of the BJP, Supriya Shinate, national spokesperson of the Congress party, Abhishek Sudhir is a Samajwadi Party supporter, and Faizan Khan, spokesperson of the BSP. Abhishek Sudhir, I want to begin with you first. And the BJP since the afternoon has been saying, and you and I were in an earlier broadcast on our sister channel, where you heard the BJP say that very soon the Samajwadi Party is going to claim that there is something wrong with the EVM. And thus they have done it. How would you respond?
The Samajwadi Party is not claiming that there's something wrong with the EVM, Sanket. The Samajwadi Party, right, has clearly released a video showing unauthorized movement of EVMs, right, that go contrary to the Election Commission's own rules. I can't hear him. Does that not call for an investigation? Does that not call for an inquiry?
I can't hear him.
Does that not call for an inquiry? I mean, sorry, I'm being interrupted. Should I continue speaking, Sanket? Yeah. So
yes, you can. And I guess Supriya Shinate wants to know why she can't hear Abhishek Sudhir. So Supriya will fix that audio. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, Abhishek Sudhir.
Yeah. Sanket, a clear allegation has been made. A video has been released of unauthorized movement of EVMs contrary to Election Commission rules 36 hours before counting is set to commence in India's most populous state. Does this not merit a response from the EC? Does this not merit suo motu cognizance from the Supreme Court itself? These are the basic questions. We will not accept a verdict that is tainted by illegality. Sanket, I urge you to stay on in Lucknow. Do not go back to New Delhi just yet. We will not accept a verdict that is tainted by illegality. And when I say we, I speak for the people of Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. Shant Prakash Jatav, how would you respond? The Samajwadi Party has not just made a claim, they have released a video allegedly showing that EVMs were moving illegally, that this is not the process by which you move EVM machines, even if they are meant for training purposes. कैसे जवाब देंगे आप? पुलिस बल कहाँ था? लोकल प्रत्याशी को क्यों नहीं बताया गया कि ईवीएम इधर से उधर की जा रही है?
संकेत जी, जो ईवीएम जिस पर वोट हुआ है वो सब सील लगा करके और सभी पीठासीन अधिकारियों के सिग्नेचर और जो एजेंट है पार्टियों के उनके हस्ताक्षर होने के बाद वो लॉकर में है, सील्ड इलाके में है, उसके बाहर लोग बैठे हुए हैं।
ईवीएम का कानून ये कहता है कि जो रिजर्व में भी ईवीएम है वो भी एक स्ट्रांग रूम में जाएंगी और पुलिस बल के साथ, ऐसे अनअटेंडेड नहीं रहेंगी।
ईवीएम है, देखिए वो ईवीएम जो है, जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट है उन्होंने साफ कहा कि वो यूज की नहीं है और स्वाभाविक बात है वो सुरक्षित स्थानों पर ही भेजी जा रही होंगी। बाकी मेरा कहना यह है कि
सुरक्षा बल आरोप है, सुरक्षा बल साथ में नहीं था,
तो उसकी आवश्यकता जितना महसूस की गई होगी उतना सुरक्षा बल रहा होगा, क्योंकि उसमें कोई वोट
आरोप ये भी है कि लोकल प्रत्याशी को नहीं बताया गया, which according to the rule book the Samajwadi Party claims is a requirement. You are supposed to tell the local candidate if you are moving an EVM machine.
संकेत जी, ये विभागीय कार्रवाई है और विभागीय कार्रवाई में हर एक चीज में देखिए जिसमें प्रत्याशी का इन्वॉल्वमेंट है, जिसमें उसको
सिर्फ एक जिलाधिकारी के कह देने से क्या बात बन जाएगी? आपको लगता है इसमें इलेक्शन कमीशन को जवाब देना चाहिए और इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए?
बिल्कुल नहीं,
बहुत गंभीर आरोप
नहीं देना चाहिए, उसकी जांच, हाँ ठीक है, बिल्कुल। अगर वहां पर कुछ इस प्रकार का है तो वो इलेक्शन जो कमीशन है वो उसको संज्ञान में भी लेगा और डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट स्वयं जो है इलेक्शन कमीशन का ही रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होता है। तो इसलिए ये कहना कि ये वो ईवीएम है, इसको कहीं चेक किया जा रहा था, ये बिल्कुल जो है ना मानने वाली बात नहीं है।
Okay, sure. Supriya Shinate, we were supposed to talk about the exit poll results, but a sensational claim has been made by the Samajwadi Party where they're showing a video as proof that EVM machines were moving and they were unattended. Do you think that the least that needs to be done right now is that Election Commission launch a probe on this allegedly illegal movement?
And this is not just a stray incident. This is not just an incident that's coming out of Varanasi. I mean, even in my hometown of Maharajganj, there was a sensational claim made by somebody who said 200 EVMs have been changed. Now, that person should have been taken into custody and questions should be asked of him. My only simple submission here is, Sanket, whether it is a kernel of doubt, whether it is any stray of doubt, it has to be addressed. Because look, the free and fair election process has to be instilled in the minds of the people. There should not be a doubt. And on that count, I will only simply say that the Election Commission needs to take this into cognizance. We had seen a similar incident like that, by the way, happen in Assam. If you remember, cars got stuck in a road jam, and then they realized those cars were carrying EVMs without any security, without any local candidates being informed. And the Election Commission's own credibility is always at stake when issues like these happen. I think this needs to be addressed. I do hope that the sanctity of our electoral process and our democratic process is going to be maintained. And if there is at all a doubt, even in the mind of one voter, then action needs to be taken. That is what democracy is all about.
Correct. Okay. Alok Pandey is also with us. Faizan Khan as well as Javed Ansari, please stay with us. Alok Pandey was at that press conference by Akhilesh Yadav. Alok, can you put things in perspective for us on what the claim has been made versus what is said in the rule book, and why Akhilesh Yadav claims that the district magistrate's response that these were just EVM machines for training, according to him, is not enough? Just put it in perspective for us.
Yeah, I'll just go through the chronology of how things panned out over the last hour or so, I'm sorry. So essentially about an hour or so earlier, we got this urgent invite saying that Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi party chief, wanted to address a press conference.
Alleging, and he want, the election commission to take action in this case. When I categorically asked him that what action he's going to take, whether he'll be going to the court or he will be,
I'm sorry, am I audible? Because there's some disturbance in my ear.
Yes, carry on, please, carry on. Okay, we'll go back to Alok in just a short moment. Faizan Khan as well as Javed Ansari. I want to come to you now. Mr. Javed Ansari, to you first. Do you feel that an attempt that is now being made, and sadly I include a section of the media also, to say that, oh look, once again the EVM has been brought in, is a great disservice at a time like this? The point is, a video has been produced. This is a serious charge. Now, whether a political opponent is doing it for politics or for any other reason, if there is a video that has been circulated and there is a serious charge, do you think it merits an investigation by the Election Commission and not just a statement by a district magistrate?
Absolutely. You can't trivialize it. You can't treat it, dismiss it in such a trivial manner, flippant manner. A serious charge has been made, and even assuming, for argument's sake, that he's trying to divert attention, the Election Commission owes it, for the sanctity and for people to have faith in the electoral process. The Election Commission must probe this and do it in a transparent manner, so that the truth emerges and those who are politicking or trying to create a problem are exposed. This is a very serious charge. It's not unheard of. It has happened in the past. In 2019, in Ghazipur Lok Sabha constituency, something similar happened. Crowds, when people realized what was happening, they gheraud the station where this was being, where these ballot boxes were being shifted to, and then after all-night dharna, things were restored. So therefore, people have to be vigilant. But more than the people, the onus is on the Election Commission. The Election Commission of India is on trial. It cannot continue by keeping its eyes, mouth and its ears shut. It must act, and it must be seen, and it must seem to be doing the right thing.
Absolutely. Alok Pandey is now, I believe, back with us. Alok Pandey was there at the press conference of Akhilesh Yadav. Alok, can you tell us the exact sequence of events? Just put this story in perspective for us. What is the charge? What is the rule? And what is the explanation that Akhilesh Yadav does not find convincing?
Well, yes, I'm just going to apologize for the technical disturbances earlier. So, like I was saying, about an hour ago, we got this invite from the Samajwadi party, which said that Akhilesh Yadav, the party chief, has urgently called for a press conference here at the Lucknow party office. So, we scrambled and we got here. by which time some people told us that some EVM machines had been caught by Akhilesh Yadav's party and also the Suhail Dev Bharati Samaj Party, which is an ally of the Samajwadi Party, in Varanasi, which we know is the Prime Minister's Lok Sabha seat. So by the time we got here, we managed to go to Facebook and to other social media platforms. And Arun Rajbhar, the son of the Suhail Dev Bharati Samaj Party head, Om Prakash Rajbhar, was basically live from Varanasi. And in that live, he purportedly claimed that a truck full of EVMs was intercepted by SPSP and Samajwadi Party workers outside the counting center in one of Varanasi's seats. Now, he claimed that those who were taking this EVM out did not have any plausible reason to do so, and that they had not informed anyone about this, and these people had actually intercepted those trucks, and even so, the administration was trying to get them to move aside and take those EVMs away somewhere else. This was the Facebook live that was playing out as we waited for Akhilesh Yadav to come here and start his press conference. In the interim, Ajay Singh, our colleague in Varanasi, sent out a statement, a very brief statement by the Varanasi DM, the district magistrate, Kaushal Raj Sharma, who basically said that these EVMs were being taken out, but they were technical EVMs meant for training purposes, and that they were kept in a different location inside the counting center, and that they were being taken to a college for last-minute training of those government officials who are going to be involved in the counting process. Akhilesh Yadav came here, he spoke for a good 20-30 minutes, and he said that I do not buy this explanation by the district magistrate, because the rule is that if you're taking out any EVMs from a counting center, you have to inform the candidates or the representatives of the candidates who are probably present outside those counting centers, or you have to do it anyway. When asked about the administration's version, Akhilesh Yadav said that, look, I fear that this is an attempt by the BJP to try and, steal the votes of the Samajwadi Party, and that he appealed to the Samajwadi Party workers and even to us in the media, saying that, look, the next 3 days are very, very crucial, and that you have to ensure that these EVMs are not tampered with, etc. And he made another very important allegation. He said that a lot of district magistrates who are in touch with him, he did not name anyone, of course, have told him that a principal secretary level officer in the Chief Minister's office here has been calling up district magistrates and saying that, look, on any seats where the BJP appears to be losing on counting day, you have to ensure that the counting process is slowed down and that it stretches into the night. Now, he said, Mr. Yadav said that, look, this is something that I've heard from multiple sources, and I want to appeal to all Samajwadi Party workers to ensure that you do not take your eyes off the counting centers and off this entire process till the elections are done. Because in his words, he said that this is the last fight for democracy. He said it in Hindi. And he said that अगर इस बार हमने इनको नहीं हराया तो आगे क्रांति लगेगी इनको हराने में. It will take a revolution to defeat these people. So this is what he said at his press conference. Of course, we await word from Election Commission, from the Election Commission of India, that at the end of the day, the overarching body for conducting these elections, about what they have to say.
Overarching body, but the point is, with an allegation as serious as this and the sequence of events that have been explained by Alok Pandey, Faizan Khan, don't you think that the least that needs to be done is, number one, a clear point-by-point explanation by the Election Commission, and number two, a thorough inquiry? Because the charges are very specific in nature. What was a van doing outside? Why was there no security personnel? Why were candidates not informed?
संजय जी, I do believe in your point. ये आपने बिल्कुल सत्य कहा कि इतना ज्यादा ऑलरेडी इतना कंट्रोवर्शियल है, इतना क्वेश्चंस रेज है ईवीएम को लेकर, शक शुबा आती है. तो मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आता है कि ये जब इलेक्शन हो जाते हैं और एग्जिट पोल के रिपोर्ट आते हैं, काउंटिंग के दिन तक, जैसे अब तक वो ट्रेनिंग पीरियड के लिए अगर रखे भी थे, अनयूज भी थे, तो उसे गवर्नमेंट को जारी करना चाहिए कि ईवीएम को जब तक काउंटिंग ना हो, चाहे अनयूज हो, खराब हो, ट्रेनिंग पर्पस से उसे जैसे वैसे रहने दिया जाए. क्योंकि इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस और मन में शक शुबा ईवीएम को लेकर ऑलरेडी जनता के बीच में. तो मेरा मानना यह है, बहुजन समाज पार्टी का भी यह मानना है कि ईवीएम के साथ छेड़खानी के आरोप तब तक लगेंगे जब इस तरह के घटना होंगे. क्योंकि जिस पर शक शुबा होता है, इस तरफ से अगर अनयूज भी है तो लोग तब भी शक करेंगे. तो उसे वहीं रहने दिया जहां पे वो पड़ा हुआ था टिल द काउंटिंग डेट. काउंटिंग के बाद जो भी करना है इधर से उधर करें, चाहे ट्रेनिंग पीरियड के लिए या अनयूज हो. तो ये चीज बहुत ही गंभीर है और चुनाव आयोग को इस पर स्पष्ट एक क्लियर लाइन देना चाहिए टू ऑल द डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ताकि कोई भी शक शुबा किसी भी चुनाव में कोई भी मतदाता है उसके शक शुबा उसके दिल में ना रहे कि हमारे मत का गलत प्रयोग करके या उसके साथ कुछ
शांत प्रकाश जाटव एज वेल एज सुप्रिया श्रीनेट। मिस्टर जाटव, मेरा सवाल आपसे सिर्फ इतना है, सिर्फ ये कह देना कि ये देखो ये ईवीएम की रट फिर से पकड़ ली, क्या इतना काफी होगा? My point is, unfortunately, Mr. Jatav, there is an entire ecosystem that exists that will echo exactly this aspect. See, they brought in EVMs again. Isn't this disservice? The charge is very serious. There is video evidence. क्या इलेक्शन कमीशन को इसमें जांच ऑर्डर करनी चाहिए या नहीं?
स्वाभाविक बात है, कहीं कोई शिकायत आई है तो उसके ऊपर जांच होनी भी चाहिए, इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है, इसमें कोई गलत भी नहीं है। मगर इस चीज को इतना ज्यादा ये समझना कि ये कहीं पर जो है इसको बिल्ट किया जा रहा था, रखा जाना था, या इसको टेम्परिंग हो रही है, इस चीज को देखो थोड़ा धैर्य के साथ में। जहां ईवीएम मशीनें रखी हुई हैं चुनाव की, वहां बहुत सिक्योरिटी है, सभी लोग उस पर निगाह रखे हुए हैं, और इस तरीके की देखो तमाम कितनी मशीनें जो हैं वो बाहर हैं जो यूज नहीं हुई हैं, तो उसकी अगर कोई मूवमेंट होती है तो उसको हम ये कहें कि ये सरकार जो है या ये इलेक्शन कमीशन मिलकर के कुछ इसका मिसयूज करने वाला है, थोड़ा कम से कम समझदारी का परिचय देने की आवश्यकता है। बिल्कुल ठीक है, अगर मन में कहीं शक आया
मेरे हिसाब
तो
से आई थिंक द कंसेंसस ओवर हियर,
और मुझे लगता है कि उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए।
वेरी क्लियरली इंक्लूडिंग मिस्टर जाटव इज दैट द इलेक्शन कमीशन हैज टू ऑर्डर अ प्रोब and there needs to be a statement from the election commission and it cannot be left to the wisdom of just one district magistrate. This is a very serious charge. There is video evidence that is being presented. Thank you very much for joining us, all of you all. We're stopping for a short break, but news continues on the other side. Stay with us.